Why yes, I am filming a video in a sweater while sweating to death with the air on high. What else is new? Hey guys, so today I am a little preemptively coming up with this video. As you can tell, I'm wearing a sweater. It is August in Tennessee. I'm dying. But I wanted to make this video because I'm so ready for fall and it's literally just around the corner. So I wanted to give you all some of my fall recommendations so that you all can already get your books, be ready, and be just as excited as I am for when the weather cools down. So my first recommendation is to read a bunch of thrillers. Now I know everybody is probably going to say Stephen King, because honestly, like, who doesn't love a scary story right around Halloween time? But I've only read 1.5 of his books, so I don't feel right recommending them. However, I do recommend Christine, which is that one. It is a really good book. It's 800 pages, so it's long, but it's worth it. But the recommendations that I have are a little different. These are some current thrillers that are my favorites. First, I have Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. This is about a woman that she meets a man down at a bar. They hit it off, they have a really great time. But then the next day he walks in and he is her new boss. And he's married. And in an unlikely turn of events, her and the wife become friends and everything turns to chaos because there are secrets, there's cheating, there's lying, there's murder, and there's a little bit of a mystic element in here. I'm not going to tell you what it is, obviously, because that's a huge spoiler, but I love this book and I highly recommend it. Next one that I recommend is I See You by Claire McIntosh. This is fantastic. This is about a woman that she takes the same train at the same time to get to her same old boring job every single day. Until one day she finds an ad in the newspaper with her face in it. So creepy, but I loved it. It has made me not trust public transportation ever again. I couldn't put this down. So good, fantastic, highly recommend. And I would be doing myself a disservice if I did not mention this book, Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. Literally any Riley Sager book I love. This one is gothic, it's twisted, I live. But this is about a girl that she accepts a job as an apartment sitter in the Bartholomew, which is a very well-to-do apartment complex in New York. And there are some funny things going on behind the doors of the Bartholomew, and she is bound and determined to find out what they are. I can't say enough good things about this book. I have also talked about it non-stop pretty much, so I will spare you all any more details and I will get on to the rest of my recommendations. The next set of books that I would like to talk about are larger fantasies. Now, in the fall, I do like to read fantasies, but not as much as I do in the winter, but these fantasies are perfect for their season. And the first one I have, The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Now, I know a lot of you probably know what this book is about. This is about dueling magicians that are basically having to put on a circus to show which one is better. This has been a long time since I've read this book, so some of the specifics are kind of fuzzy, but I do remember I absolutely loved how enchanting and lyrical the writing was, and I was totally enveloped in the story. It was beautiful and I absolutely loved it. The next book is actually pretty much along the same lines. That is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I love this book. I love the writing. It's so lyrical, just like The Night Circus. But this is about a Caraval that gets put on by a man named Legend, and nobody knows who he is. He's a mystery, but he puts on the best games ever. When you win the game, you get a wish of your choosing, I think, but everybody is playing this game, and sometimes it turns a little deadly. I love this. I love this so much. I can't stop talking about it. This is so good. It's an entire series. definitely worth the pickup. And the audiobooks are so good. And the last book I have, I feel like I just had to squeeze this author in here somewhere. And that is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. Again, I love this series, even though I'm only on book 5 out of the whole series. But anything by Sarah J. Maas is a win for me. I think this is perfect fall reading because it's very moody and very edgy. This first book kind of reminds me a little bit of like the first book syndrome that like Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone has, where it's much simpler than the other stories, but I actually love it the best because it puts me in that like simple fall mood where I'm like, I'm just cuddled up on the couch with a blanket and a cup of coffee, and this is just perfect. So I definitely recommend at least starting the series in fall because it is super just atmospheric and simple at the beginning, but it's definitely worth a read. Okay, and then these last 3, I don't really know what category to put them in, so they're gonna be kind of in their own little category of themselves. And this is what I'm calling the miscellaneous moody books, and that is The Wicked Deep by Shea Ernshaw. This is about witches, so naturally perfect for Halloween. Again, just lyrical writing that puts you in the character's shoes, lovely, gives off that like almost cold vibe the entire time you're reading it. Like I was huddled up under a blanket and it was summer. I love this book. It's so good. I have talked about this book in a couple different videos recently, so if you go back and watch those, you'll see kind of the synopsis and what I thought about it. Again, can't say enough good things about this book, but it's definitely a perfect fall read. Next one, I mean, come on. Did you all really think I was gonna go a couple of videos without talking about Veronica Speedwell? These books put me in the perfect fall mood. I may actually reread these. Again, like this is a Victorian set book about Veronica Speedwell and her antics, I'm gonna call them. She is actually a butterfly hunter and she meets an unlikely best friend, partner, whatever, in Stoker, who coincidentally stuffs animals. Like he's a taxidermist. Super strange, but I love it. They go on like mysteries together. They're kind of Nancy Drew-esque, but way cooler, I think. Again, full series. I just love it so much. I have all of them right here. There's only, or no, I have all but the 3rd one. So there's 4 out right now. They're quick little reads. Like if you get the paperbacks, the fonts are pretty big. It's not super flowery writing like you would expect in a Victorian book. So it's fast-paced, easy to understand, and I absolutely love this series. And then the last one, if you're tired of rereading Harry Potter for the 9th time, I recommend Charlie Bone. Now, I consider Harry Potter more of like a Christmassy type story, but I love starting the Harry Potter series in the fall and then ending in the winter, back when I used to actually read them. But Charlie Bone is a perfect substitute if you just don't want to reread those again, which I totally understand if you want to. Like, Harry Potter's amazing. But anyway, this is about a boy named Charlie Bone. He goes to a school full of gifted children, but not in the gifted like you would think, especially considering I'm comparing it to Harry Potter. A lot of these kids are just especially gifted in music, arts, or drama? No. What's the other one? Oh yeah, it's music, theater, or art. Anyway, but there are also this subset of kids that are called the Children of the Red King, where they have special abilities, and Charlie's is to talk to people who are in photographs or pictures. I love these I love these books so much. I have all except for the last one. There's 8 books in this series, but they go super fast because they're middle grade. But I would highly recommend picking these up. So yeah, those are my fall recommendations. If you all have any recommendations that you would like to give to me, please tell me down in the comments below, or if you would like to talk about one of the books that I recommended today, I would love that. Please don't forget to like me on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads, because that is where I will be talking about what I'm reading and what I'm thinking. And if you want pretty nails like mine, check out my Color Street link down below, or you can email me at the address down below if you want a sample. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye!